So right now, the thing we want to be looking for is that x is squared, and then there's x to the first power, and then there's no x. This is like a classic trinomial pattern, okay? So anytime you see that trinomial pattern where you see like x squared, then x, then no x, then that's something that we can factor, okay? Um, and I would say this: you can factor every expression. Sometimes it's not with integers. So most of the time in this course, you can factor it. So it's like x minus 6 times x plus 2. But sometimes we call it prime. Okay. By x squared minus 6x minus 16, this one we can factor it. And like we did in a previous chapter, what you want to be doing is making two parentheses for the numerator. I'll make it bigger for you. And you want to start both parentheses off with an x, because if you were to use that FOIL method, here we're going to have another number over here and another number over here to end them off. If you were to use FOIL, the first step would be to multiply the first terms. X times x gives us x squared. That's our goal, is to write something so that when you FOIL it out, it turns back to be what this is up top here. When you multiply those two parentheses, it's still got to turn to this. So start with an x. And then the number that goes here and the number that goes here is found by satisfying two conditions. Two numbers have to multiply to be negative 16, but add up to be negative 6. And so that will probably take some thinking if you haven't done that a lot in the past. But it's x minus 8 and x plus 2. And the reason is because negative 8 times 2 makes negative 16. Negative 8 plus 2 makes negative 6. So it perfectly balances out like we're looking for. Okay, I did that pretty quickly because this is what I do for a job. So obviously, people that don't do this every day, that will take some time. But all you have to do is go through the numbers that you know could multiply to be negative 16, and see if those pairs will add up to be this middle one, because it's got to meet both those conditions. Okay, that's actually the hardest part, because when you factor it, look, the same thing up top is on bottom. These can cancel, x minus 8 and the x minus 8. So our final answer here, the simplified rational expression, is x plus 2.